Yo, what's up? It's the one and only hip hop gamer. First off, let's just get right to it. I like to say one love and God bless because that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do every time I do my videos. This is a sensitive subject. A lot of people was bothered by it. A lot of people actually supported it. It was cool, right? I did a video just to bring people up to speed that may see this for the first time and don't understand where it come from. So, I did a video, right? Talking about the Order 1886 and how it's like being a victim of racism, like blacks in America. That was the title of it, right? Now, when you throw the racism word out there, a lot of people go crazy because it's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, there's a difference between hearing and listening. So a lot of times a person could hear something. Somebody could say, yo, hey, yo, and you can hear the noise, but the only way you can actually process is by listening. So if you're having a conversation with someone, if you're just hearing them, then it's just noise. But if you're listening, you can process the information that you're getting so you could be able to respond back and have that conversation. Got it? Okay. So a lot of people heard what I said, but didn't listen to what I was saying. And what I've done is something that's never been done and people aren't used to, and that's what created the confusion. So the first thing is the reason why I utilize the order is because that's the latest game that's been getting so much hate. And it was getting tons of hate before it even came out, but obviously, it's come out already. Now, the first term of my title, I said it's a victim of racism. What is racism, right? Racism, I'm going to just go through the actual definition to make it simple, okay? So racism is hatred or intolerance of another race or other races, usually involving the idea, key word, usually involving the idea that one's own race is superior and has the right to dominate others, or that a particular racial group is inferior to the others. Not slavery and all this other stuff. I saw comments about, how can you say this? We were slaves. I'm not talking about, are you a slave right now? Besides mentally, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are mental slaves. But are you a slave now? Or do you get up in the morning and go to work and, you're getting hit with whips? Like, no, it's not slavery. So that right there was just ridiculous. But just had to say that because I've seen some comments like that. But it has nothing to do with slavery or nothing like that. I ain't say those words. Didn't even bring that up in my video. So once again, what is racism? Now, the next thing is what I did was I took the idea of what racism is, because racism is something that is taught, okay? You got a lot of racist people when they teach that to generations of other people and becomes a generational curse until someone in the family decides to break it, okay? So, now, the idea of racism, what I did was I took the idea and I applied it to products. Right? And before I even go further, in terms of my title, like Blacks in America, is because blacks deal with the most racism. But white people get treated unfairly. Asians, people, period, get treated unfairly. So racism isn't just about black and white. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. Now, the idea of racism, all I did was take what racism is, that hate, that negativity, that discrimination, all those negative energies, and applied it to products. Okay? Follow me, all right? Follow me. I'm kind of trying to dumb this down and talk a bit slower so people could have a better time understanding what I'm saying. So if I'm going a bit slow, it's not for me, it's for you. Okay? Now, the idea of racism and applying it to products. For example, this is my first example. You could look at an Android and you could look at an iPhone, right? So you have some people out there that if I told them, check this out, I got a brand new iPhone 6 and the latest Samsung Galaxy, and I want you to try both of them out for 3 weeks, test them out, let me know what you think of these products when you get done with them, right? Okay. Now, let's say the person says, oh, I can rock with the iPhone 6, but I'm not touching no Samsung. And I say, well, what's wrong with the Samsung? Why are you not going to mess with it? Oh, Samsung is trash, it's whack. I don't rock with Samsung, F Samsung. That joint it shouldn't even be made. It's horrible. And I ask you why you feel that way. And you say, because of Samsung. I'm like, you're not giving me a reason. You're just saying you don't like Samsung because it's Samsung. Now, let's stop right there for a second. When you look at black, white, when you look at Asian, Latino, Japanese, whatever you want to call it, when you look at people and people that have the racist trait in them, that racist way about them and stuff like that, they'll look at you, and just because of who you are, just because you exist, just because of the color of your skin, just because of who you are, they don't want nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the content of your character. It has nothing to do with whether you're smart, whether you're dumb, whether you're nice, whether you're mean. It has nothing to do with who you are. But it has something to do with what you are in terms of whether you're black or white or whatever. So when you think of that particular concept, it's the same way certain people look at products. They'll look at the iPhone, they look at the Samsung, and they'll be like, yo, I ain't even mess with the Samsung. And you ask them why, just because of Samsung. Or vice versa. I'm not rocking with no iPhone. Why? I don't rock with Apple. Why? Like, Apple sucks. Why? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a form of discrimination. That's a form of being hateful for the sake of being hateful. That's a form of racism. The only thing I did was apply that idea to products. Now, people are confused because products aren't people. So when you say race, you're not thinking of a phone or a video game or anything like that. When you say race, you're thinking of people. So everything in the video that I put out, people was talking about people when I was referring to product. And when you look at the way products are treated nowadays, it's exactly like how racism is done amongst people. I hope you guys understand that. Now, let's move on. I have a video clip I want to share with you guys. I hope my video don't get flagged because sometimes when you put up videos, those things happen. But I'm going to show you a video clip. Now, this video clip, right? Please watch. Please pay attention. Rewind it if you need to. But it features a white girl in a barbershop in Harlem. Right? Black girl cutting hair, cutting a black guy's hair, and the girl is the girlfriend of the black guy. That's just a little bit I'm going to tell you. Watch the video clip yourself, and we're going to talk more about this. Check it out.
We're back at Denny Moe's Barbershop in Harlem, where a white barber was discriminated against simply because of the color of his skin.
The white dude? What you know about this, man?
But what if now things get more personal?
Excuse me.
Rachel is an actor, playing a hairdresser who has her eye on a new customer.
You been working here for a while?
Yeah, for too long. When you gonna come save me?
All right.
But Gabriel has a girlfriend, and when she shows up...
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Do you want me to wait for you over here?
It's a rude awakening for Rachel.
Wait, what? You with a white girl?
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
You couldn't find a strong black woman for you? Excuse me?
If you saw this woman berating an interracial couple, what would you do?
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Hey. Baby, you dating a white girl?
I'm dating a girl who is white, if that's what you mean.
Okay. I don't get it, but that's crazy. The only thing crazy is you being in here.
Rachel isn't pulling any punches with Christian, and at first, this woman takes the soft, comforting approach.
I'm not bothered by it. Nobody over here is bothered by it.
Thank you. I hope y'all don't plan on having any children.
Like I said, she sounds like a real hater, and she's insecure.
And with that, Denise Muldrow is so upset, there's nothing holding her back.
She's ignorant.
No, she's not talking about me.
I'm talking about you that's brushing his hair. You are ignorant. Keep your opinions to yourself because you sound stupid. All right? I'm letting you know. Black girl to another black girl, you sound stupid. As much criticism as we went through as a people, you're going to go and do it to the next person? What gives you that right?
Why are you defending a white woman, though?
I don't care what she was. She could be purple. I'm defending a woman, period, point blank. That's what she is. She's a woman. Or maybe you're not. I'm sorry, my bad. She's not a woman. She's a bird. Get out of here, birdie.
Well, before our actress flies away, it's time to introduce ourselves. What would you do?
I'm crazy, don't pay me any mind. That's just the Brooklyn in me.
And you had to say something.
You know, you gotta learn to speak up, especially when something is wrong. Don't sit around anywhere where you're not feeling comfortable. Speak up.
What's up? What's up? Wow. Wow. You saw that? You saw that? Now, it's amazing. Just because this woman is white, and just because, even though it was, staged and everything like that, these things really happen. These things has happened. These things happen now. You know what I'm saying? Just because the girl is white and the guy is black, all of a sudden white girls are stealing black men. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing. But it happens that way. And the woman attacked the girl just because she white. Now, when you think about products, how many times have you seen in the video game industry, video games get attacked? And in terms of like, yo, this game is whack or this game sucks, from people that don't even own the system that some of these games are played on. But they just following the pack, being negative and everything like that. See, that's not the industry that I remember. You know what I'm saying? That's not the culture that I remember. When I grew up playing games, we used to, like, if I had a Genesis and I didn't have the Super Nintendo yet or whatever, me and my friends, like, we be like, yo, tell your moms to get you this. And I'll tell my grandmas to get me that. And tell your pops to get you this. So we could share games, exchange games, and when you come over, you bring your games over, because we was broke. We ain't had no money to get games on our own. So we wanted to get everything as much as possible so we could just have fun with whatever we had. Because that's what gaming is all about, having fun with what you got. It was never about, oh, it's 60 frames per second, so I can't touch it, or I don't like the way this game is only 5 hours, so I can't play it. Like, are you kidding me? Super Mario Brothers could be beaten like that, especially skipping levels, and you played that all day, every day, and had the best time of your life. See what I'm saying? The difference in the industry, the difference in the feel, and the difference in the culture. All I did was take racism and applied it to a product. All I did was take racism and apply the schematics. You know what I'm saying? The roots of what racism is. I just applied it to how people interact with products. And the same hate and discrimination and anger that they will have at products, or even have at people for liking a product, it's exactly like that. You see what I'm saying? That's where the relation is. And as you saw in that video just now, it was very ugly to see that. And we could identify with that because we're people. We're not products. But when you think about what took place in that barbershop, it's the same way certain people come at video games. Just being hateful. Just being negative. That was the first main example. I got 2 more video clips I want to show you guys. And then we're going to wrap it all up. And I have more things to enlighten you on. All right. Now, before we go to the next part of the video, a lot of people sent me a lot of mean comments, said a lot of nasty things towards me. And all I'm going to say is God bless to those people that sent a lot of nasty things towards me. But the fact that you was nasty towards me and mean towards me, you didn't have to be that way. You could have just told me how you felt in a respectful, professional manner, honorable manner, but you didn't. You want to know why? Because hate is so strong. Negativity has become the new normal. So being mean and being derogatory is a regular thing now. It's almost rare to see someone just purely happy and purely positive in any situation nowadays. So when people look at someone like me, they look at me like I'm crazy. That's cool though. Because even though I may be crazy in your eyes, I'm not crazy in God's eyes. And I'm doing the best that I can. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the next part. Now, fanboys. Fanboys, I'm going to break this racial thing down so you can understand it even more. We get into the meat of this video. So fanboys, right? Here's an example. PS4 versus Xbox One versus Wii U versus PC. But they're all gaming platforms and y'all claim to be gamers. So if you claim to be gamers and real gamers, it don't matter where you game at. You just want to play games. Correct? It shouldn't matter what platform you play on as long as you're playing your games. Correct? If you're a real gamer. Am I right? Is that a correct statement? I'll give you a second to think about that while you're watching the video. Okay? All right. Now, let's break it down in racial type of terms. So let's say PS4 was black, Xbox One was Latino, Wii U was Japanese, and PC is white. We are all humans. We all humans, right? But there's racism towards humans, right? You know what I'm saying? People will look at you and be like, oh, I don't want nothing to do with you, forget this, blah, 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 just because you're black or just because you're white or just because you're whatever descent. But when you step out the house, your blackness or your whiteness, your Latino, your Japanese, that's your label. That's your descent. That's how people know who you are in terms of what race you represent by the color of your skin. A lot of people know that. You see what I'm saying? So that's like your label. Just like how products have labels like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, PC. They got labels just like humans have labels through our skin. They're all gaming platforms. We're all human. So when you deal with fanboys, what's the definition of a fanboy? A fanboy is someone that will play a PlayStation, only a PlayStation, nothing else, and they hate everything that's not PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? Xbox fanboy. You love everything Xbox, hate everything else. Yet you call yourself a gamer and there's other areas you could game at. How do we know this to be true? Plenty of times. Ask yourselves, have you ever seen this where you could say, yo, I just got this new game on PS4, it's crazy, and somebody that's an Xbox fanboy be like, oh, it sucks, or it's corny, it's garbage, it's gonna fail, it's gonna be a 50 on Metacritic, it's nobody plays that trash, it's all the hate. Now, they don't own a PlayStation 4, never played the game, but immediately, the moment you own it and say something good about it, they're going to tear it down. Have you ever seen someone get a brand new Nintendo Wii U game or a brand new PC game or a brand new whatever game and the opposite side just tear it down, say it ain't shit? Has that happened to you? Or have you seen that happen? Now, when you think about that, that idea is the same way people treat one another. Same way. You know what I'm saying? People can be very mean and very hateful and very destructive. Now, we all know what racism is. Racism is a form of hatred. Excuse me. Racism is a form of hatred. You know what I'm saying? A form of feeling superior. a form of making you feel inferior to me. You know what I'm saying? Saying intolerance. Can't tolerate to be next to you because you're black. Can't tolerate to be next to you because you're white. It's the same mentality when you apply it to the products. If you're a PS4, let's say with a PC person, they feel that they're elitists because they can update the system and do all this other stuff. So they look down on people that own consoles and say, oh, you whack, you trash, you ain't doing this, you can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same ideology. The thing that bothers people is that they've never seen, especially in the game industry, that no one has never seen someone take racism and apply it to products and make it make sense on the parallel. That's all I did. Now, people erupted and got all mad and was talking about everything that I never said. Did I call anyone a racist in my video? Nope. I ain't call nobody racist. I ain't saying anything like that. What I'm saying is, people that are racist, they have that hate in them towards people. And the same hate that they have towards people, I've seen it be done in things that's not a person, but products. And just situations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people won't visit certain areas if it's predominantly black, because they hate black people that much. Certain people wouldn't go to certain suburbs because they hate white people that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of black people out there that make excuses. And they always pull the black card, saying, oh, I'm black because of this, making an excuse for everything, when a lot of times they could just be lazy and don't want to work for shit and don't deserve it because they don't work for it. You got a lot of times a white person could feel that they could do whatever they want to a black person because they've been taught that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, there's problems everywhere. But being mean and being hateful and having those racism-like characteristics to solve the problem won't help the situation. And the reason why I'm talking about games is because gaming has a sentimental value to me too. You know, my grandmother passed away, but she taught me how to play video games. And my grandmother was born in 1934, I believe, so she dealt with racism at the peak too. So I know things that happen. I've seen things that have happened. It's sad out there, y'all. So nobody has never ever seen a journalist like me before. No one has never seen anyone that had this much care and love for the game industry as a whole before. Because a lot of people nowadays, they like, why do you care so much? All they want is your money. Why do you care so much? These companies don't care about you. It's not about that. It's about the experience. It's about the fun. It's about the love. It's about the art. These are the things that's priceless to me. That's why it means so much. You feel me? I love gaming. Period. I love hip hop. Period. This is what it is. And I'm gonna defend that and I'm gonna fight for that. And I just want to share that with y'all to open your eyes. Because most of y'all didn't open your eyes. Y'all just attacked me. And everything y'all did is pretty much in line with what I'm saying. So your actions of negativity towards me, because I'm just speaking to you guys respectfully, is proof of why this video exists now. It's proof of that. So let's so now I want to talk about something a little bit more deeper, right? Now this second video clip comes from Remember the Titans, and it's basically about bringing races together. And it's the part in the movie where he put the team together, black and white, black and white. You had to sleep and bunk with the black and white, black and white. So check that out, and I'll be right back.
Each one of you will spend time every day with a teammate of a different race. You will learn about him and his family, his likes, his dislikes. You'll report back to me until you meet every one of your teammates. Until that time, we go to 3-a-day practices. You continue to ignore each other, we'll go to 4-a-day practices. Now, is there any part of this that you don't understand?
Wow. Now, that right there is very powerful to me. because one of my goals in the industry was always to bring gamers back together for the sake of gaming and having fun. We have a lot of power, obviously. You know, we have a lot of power with our voices, but we ain't shit if we always working against each other and always complaining and always bashing and always feeling this sense of entitlement to everything. Like, it's horrible. You know what I'm saying? But we could get so much more together by growing together. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you saw that video and when you saw the woman, she said that, look at them, they hate us. Referring to black people hating them. But when the black guy extended his hand out to shake her hand, to show her love and respect, she was actually the one that turned away and didn't want to show the love and support. Yet she's the one that's saying they hate us when you just showed disrespect to this man. So you're no better. She was no better than what she was complaining about. And what she was complaining about, she was actually being consumed by. Hate. For no reason. You know what I'm saying? But the goal is this. When you look at Remember the Titans, it's all about a team. So us as gamers, whether you got a YouTube channel, whether you work at a website, whether you're a developer, a publisher, whatever, we're all still a team because we love the same things. And the more we diversify ourselves by staying away from one another because you like this and I like that, so we can't be cool or whatever, to me, I think that's nonsense and I think that's immature. And I hope these video clips and the idea of racism and the hate in it and how it relates to products when you apply that idea, that ideology to it, I hope all this stuff is making a connection because we have the power to break all of that. And that's all I'm trying to do. In my first video when I spoke about it, I never attacked, anyone. Now, let's stop right there. A lot of y'all gonna say, oh, you attacked Ben Kashira. You attacked all the guys. No, I didn't attack them. What I did was expose and enlighten people to what's going on in the industry and why it is the way it is, because they got big platforms that people follow. And because they follow what they do, if they do these type of things that bring that negative energy, it's not helping. And as a friend, and as a person who care about the industry, if I'm doing something wrong, or if I'm down, or I'm hurting, or I'm messed up, or I misrepresent something, I expect y'all to come at me with love and respect and open arms. Be like, yo, hip-hop gamer, yo, Gerard Williams, you my dude. I got nothing but love for you. But right here, I think you should fix this. I think you should help. You don't got to take my advice, but I'm just trying to be a friend. And then it's up to me if I want to take the advice or whatever. But the fact that you reached out a helping hand, genuinely, I could take heed to that stronger than someone just coming out bashing and being negative. I don't respect or respond to that energy. So when I said what I said regarding Arthur and Ben, like, it's just the energy and the love and the passion that I have for this and the positions that they are in that I feel we work together to do something better. People that follow them, people that follow me, people that follow the culture and the industry overall, it can be a bigger and better thing. Now think about this. What if you woke up tomorrow and you online and you go to N4G and you see that 90% of all the articles was something positive? Saying, yo, this game is great. Hey, you check out this game is amazing. Oh, like, now, don't get me wrong. If a game isn't that great, it's not that great. But how you approach a game, if it's not that great, shows you how great you are. if you be like, oh, this game is trash, F it, this and that, it's nothing but hate. But if you be like, yo, I didn't really like this about this game, you might like it, but I didn't like it that much. But I think if they did this, it could be better, and that would be fun, and this and that. But overall, check it out for yourself, because, you know, we got different tastes. But overall, that was my experience. Boom! Anybody can respect that. But that's not what we see in today's industry with today's people. So that's where that comes from. Now, final part, we about to wrap it up. Now, one of the things that bothered me was how people really are standoffish and they don't want to work together, and they so judgmental, quick to prejudge everything, right? Even before a game come out, like all that other stuff, you know, and they so negative. So this next video clip might make you cry, because this video clip shows you how a family that is racist, a racist family, changed their entire scope of racism. This video will change somebody's life, I believe. And that family, it changed that family's life. You can see it on their face. Check it out.
Έλα, αγάπη μου, κάτσε από εδώ.
Εικονό μου. Και εσείς. Ο γιατρός είπε όλοι σας.
Καλημέρα.
Καλημέρα.
Ανούλα, τι βλέπω. Ομόρφιες μετά την επέμβαση,
Συμβαίνει κάτι, γιατρέ?
Όχι, κάθε άλλο. Να σας γνωρίσω τον Τζαφάρ. Είναι ο δότης μυελού των οστών για την Άννα.
What's up? It's the one and only hip hop gamer. We about to finish up. Hot 97, you already know how it goes down. Wow. You saw the video, right? Wow. That's what I'm talking about. They ain't want nothing to do with that guy. Looked at that guy like he was a piece of meat, like he was like a little roach, wanted to step on him. Looked at that guy with so much hate. Yet that was the guy that saved their daughter's life. Wow, I got a son. Man. So I said that to say this. When you look at racism and you look how related it to products, the video games that we love, right? Let's say, for example, let's say you're playing the PlayStation 4 and your PlayStation 4 breaks or dies and stuff like that, and you gotta wait to get a brand new PlayStation. Let's say you gotta wait a couple of weeks or whatever. Would you rather go weeks without playing any games because you're just so loyal to one system and you don't want to be a true gamer, you can only play PlayStation? Or if your PS4 go down, you still got the Xbox to play with, the PC to play with, the Wii U to play with, to get you over the hump. And then when your PlayStation 4 come back, you can rock with that, or vice versa with the Xbox or anything. If you're a real gamer, you just want to game. It doesn't matter where you get your gaming from. You just want to game. You want to find anything that's great and fun to play. You want to play games. And what if that happened? What if you was one of those fanboys that only wanted one system, and if that system dies on you, breaks down, and all this other stuff, you ain't got nothing else to rock with? But if you was a gamer, you'll have everything if you can afford everything, and then boom, you good. So I said that to say this. In a situation where that particular family could have lost their daughter, you know what I'm saying? There was someone there to provide support and help their daughter live. So how does that relate? If you're such a hardcore gamer, a lot of people feel like, yo, I ain't got my games. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Like, people be feeling like that. It's just like if you leave your house without your phone. You may feel naked without your phone. It's like you're not yourself when you don't got certain things. Like, because people, you know, like, it's like a girl with her purse. It's like her whole life is in her purse. Without her purse, it's like she's dead. Like, they feel that way. So my thing is, it's like, just like with the game systems, if you lose a game system and eventually you get it back, but at least you got all of these to hold you down. Just like the family that was about to lose their daughter, instead of losing their daughter, they had someone to hold them down to help their daughter so the daughter could live. So they didn't have to lose anything. They still had that experience with their family, with their daughter. And that's how I look at gamers and gaming. It's like a family sort of thing. As long as you're able to game, you good. Doesn't matter where you game at, as long as you're able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how all that relates. And I hope that this video provides a better understanding of that. And, you know, I think it's cool. Now, real quick, I have a new show that I'm about to bring out. And it's called Before and After. I asked one of the people that came at me kind of wrong on Twitter. I had a conversation with the brother. Real good dude. I think it was Ghost something. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But if you happen to see this video, shout out to you, dog. And we was talking. And I asked him one question. And I said, yo, what was the first game you ever remember playing? And how did you feel when you played it? So I want to ask all of y'all, what was the first video game you ever played? And how did you feel when you played it? You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, depending on how you felt when you played that game, and you remembering when you felt that game, when I said that to my boy, well, not my boy, but when I said it to the dude on Twitter when we was talking, he was like, yo, Super Mario Brothers, like, everybody had that. That was my love. Yo, I remember when I was, you see that energy? I just asked him what was the first game he ever played, and how did he feel when he played it, and he said, love. He said Mario was his love. Mario Brothers. A game that has no story besides Save the Princess. The game that really has no story. It's not a long game. It's real simple, real basic, real easy, but it's fun and it means something to you because it's gaming. It's what it did to us. And sometimes you gotta go back just to be able to move forward. And what I encourage everyone to do that watch this video or whatever is to remember that first time you played a game. Remember that feeling. Because that feeling is the feeling that's been lost. And when that feeling is like being home. And when you leave your home and you go out in the world, you become vulnerable to what the world got to throw at you. And the world is filled with a lot of hate, racism, all this other stuff. It interrupts your home and who you are as a person sometimes. You become vulnerable. Never forget your home. Never forget your love. Because if you forget your love and you forget your home, hate is always waiting. Racism, all that stuff is always waiting. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I want to enlighten you guys on, and why racism, how it happens amongst people when we look at race. It's the same way I broke it down in terms of what if PS4 was black, Xbox One, Latino, Wii U, Japanese, PC, white. And the way people attack these consoles, yeah, they consoles, but they attack them the same way a person would attack your race. That's racist. You see what I'm saying? So all I did was apply the idea of what racism is to products. Because I see the same things happen, but nobody never spoke about it. I don't know why, but I'm the first to do it. And I hope that this is something that can bring us together. And the most important thing is remembering and capturing that moment of when you first played the game and how it first made you feel. And as long as you got that moment, you protect that moment. You take that moment with you wherever you go. Keep that moment with you when you review games. Keep that moment with you when you go to events. Keep that moment with you at all times. That moment is a representation of your heart, so to speak, for the culture. And nobody could break that or tear it down. Only you can do that. You see what I'm saying? So I hope that all makes sense for y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. This is what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I put my heart on the line every day. People gonna say what they say, and that's cool. But I hope this, and if anybody watched this whole video in its entirety, I really hope it did something for you and opened your eyes to it. Racism isn't just about black and white and people. Racism is a lifestyle. It's a nasty, negative, hateful way of life. And it can be used in any form of fashion. It can be used against people. It can be used in business. It can be used on products. It can be used on so many things. Because racism, like I said, it doesn't just end with people. It's a lifestyle that can be used to give derogatory meaning to anything. You see what I'm saying? And that's basically the wrap up. So, my next video, going on about the before and after, is basically a show showing you how things was before and how things are after, and relating certain games of old to certain games of new, and just kind of teaching you guys the way things used to be and showing you how they are now and showing you how they relate to each other. I think it's going to be a great show. Still putting it together. I hope you guys enjoy it. And in terms of the order, my review is coming very soon. Phenomenal game in every sense of the word. So I can't wait for you guys to see that review. And just to throw something out there, one of the complaints about the order was QuickTime, right? Now, what's so funny about the industry is that they'll complain about QuickTime in the order. The order's QuickTime is actually phenomenal. I never experienced QuickTime like this. That's one. Secondly, there's nothing wrong with QuickTime at all as long as it worked right. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with QuickTime at all. That's two. And three, a game like The Walking Dead that manages to get Game of the Year amongst the people in the industry that are journalists that play these games, who vote for these games. It's funny how you take a game like The Walking Dead, which is a point-and-click game, has a ton of QuickTime events in it. Ton of it. The whole game is based around this. And it gets Game of the Year, but the order do a few, like maybe 3 or 4, a few QuickTime scenes, and it's a problem. That's the hypocrisy. That's the hypocrisy right there. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to bring up is just respect the art, respect yourselves, be professional and respectful, and even within criticism, just make sure you provide suggestions and show that we all part of the same team so we can all grow one another. And on that note, I just want to say one love and God bless, the one and only hip-hop gamer, Hot 97. Yo, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Peace.